I'm gonna get ready because I have no makeup on. I'm gonna do a look with the Paleo palette by Cleona, and I want to talk about this new category of influencers that I've been seeing popping up everywhere, or like new form of like creators. And me and my friends, creator friends, have been talking about this phenomenon throughout 2024, and now I want to discuss it with you, and I want to hear your thoughts about this. How do we feel about these new shopping influencers where the actual like goal is not makeup or beauty or fashion, it's the shopping itself? I'm actually going to start putting on this oil sucker primer by One Size, and you have to wait for 3 minutes after you put this on, and you're not supposed to move your face. I have definitely been moving my face and it still works, but today I'm not gonna do it. I zoomed in a little bit, but I'm not necessarily gonna be talking that much about the makeup. But if you are interested, again, in the true shopping spirit, definitely check the description box because I will put some things there. And also I will put some things in the YouTube shopping, which will pop up as you are watching this. Because this is like, what do I mean with shopping influencers? Because you're probably thinking, well, what are you then? Like, you're mentioning your affiliate links and you're saying like, oh, if you want to shop, like shop through my links. What do I mean with shopping influencers? And for me, and this is like, again, what me and my friends have been talking about, like what we have been seeing, it is the kind of content that is centered solely around the shopping experience. The use of the products is necessarily not the focus of the content. It is the purchasing of the products. It is going into the stores or purchasing stuff on websites, or just almost like an extension of the 2015-16 haul culture. It is just about the actual purchasing of the products, not about using it or reviewing it. And from this, I feel like we have gotten all of these shopping lives. I like the finish of this skin product, but it is a smidgen too light for me. I might need to go and get a other shade. Because don't get me wrong, I think a lot of people, including myself, we use social media as a tool to help us decide what thing to buy. We are looking to buy a new eyeshadow palette. We are looking to buy a new bag for winter, or new curtains, or a new computer, or anything like that. And we are looking to the internet to see what is the best one. That's how I started getting into makeup, like YouTube, being like, oh, there are so many things to choose from. I want to see how these things are like used. I want to see what people think about them, so that I can figure out which one is the best one. And then eventually I was like, wait, I could do this. This seems like so much fun. I can meet friends, and I started my own page. And for me, I don't necessarily I am not against consumerism if it's like somewhat controlled and you're actually buying stuff that you like, stuff that you were hoping to buy, stuff that you actually enjoy, stuff that brings you joy to some extent. And I also don't want to forget about the joy of just owning something. There is a lot of collectors out there, and even though I'm not necessarily a collector myself, there is a lot of people out there that find joy in just owning stuff. It brings them happiness to collect things, to own them, to look at them. The thought of like having these things makes them happy. So I don't necessarily always think that buying something you need, like for the sake of using it, is the only way to be buying something that makes sense for you. Sometimes if it brings you happiness just owning things, then that was still the right thing for you, unless you're buying for money you don't have, which is a totally different discussion. And I also think that there is a big difference between different kinds of like shopping content, in the same way as I'm sure people will think that there is a big difference between different kinds of makeup content or different kinds of fashion content or even different kinds of commentary, because there's a lot of channels that call themselves commentary. Well, some I really do enjoy and others I just think are mean girls and I just can't watch them because it makes me sad. So there's definitely different types of shopping content. I think there is a lot of shopping content that makes a lot of sense that I watch myself, which is people that go out into the stores and basically show you what's new in stores so that you can see if there's anything there that you would like to go and check out yourself. And I think that kind of shopping content is really enjoyable for me. I watch that with luxury shopping a lot and I find it very enjoyable, and I see a lot of people find that very enjoyable in stores like TJ Maxx and Marshalls, which are not necessarily stores that I go to, but I see that content being very popular. And that's also a kind of shopping content where the actual goal of the content is the shopping experience, not necessarily the things that you are buying or whether or not they were a good purchase or anything along those lines. But this has evolved into, and let's go down memory lane, what I like to call QVC or TV shop. If you're Swedish, I'm Swedish, we used to have this TV channel which was like QVC, and sometimes it was just segments in the infomercial that was called TV shop. And when I hear that, I instantly start like thinking about their little jingle, because like TV shop, it was super cute. And I always used to see those like QVC TV shop. They were selling tape, they were selling knives, they were selling extensions. Listen, they were selling anything under the sun and then some. And I always used to think, who's buying these? But I realize that how I purchase things is very different from how a lot of people purchase things, and I am not an impulsive shopper. So for me, I could never make up my mind on the go like that. When people say like, hurry, buy it now or it's gone forever, my initial thought is always, well, I guess it's not for me, but that's not everyone. And that kind of a shopping was so big in like, for me, the 90s and the early 2000s. That's when I remember it, especially in the 90s, because I'm born 1984. So I was living at home in the 90s. I definitely like remember these things. And I feel like the new TikTok lives and the Amazon lives and the QVC lives that we see online right now, that is the second generation of the infomercials that used to be on TV. That is the new buy it before it's gone, stressed purchasing decisions, selling honestly anything that's sellable, anything that people are interested in, and the main content is the purchasing part. The main content is the shopping, not reviewing the products and leaving a link, selling the actual products. So now you have to tell me, what kind of a shopping personality are you? I am not really with makeup because this is my job. This is what I do. I try to help you decide which the one thing will be for you. So I'm definitely not a fewer but nicer things when it comes to makeup. Well, when it comes to fashion, to home decor, even to like plates and linen, I am a minimalist. You might not think that. I am a fewer but nicer thing. I spend so much time researching what shoes I'm gonna buy. I screen save, I make Pinterest boards with like the home things. I will Photoshop the furniture into my home to make sure I like it. I go hardcore, okay? And if I see something I really like in the store, sometimes the other day I saw this beautiful mug. It was such a beautiful mug. And I held it up and I'm like, oh my God, look at this mug. And Ricardo was like, oh, that's really cute. You should get it. I'm like, no, we already have like 8 mugs at home. I don't need another one. That's me. I don't need a lot of stuff, and I take a lot of pride into planning out exactly what I'm adding into my home. Makeup, it's a flurry. No rhyme or reason whatsoever, but I also think that that's like, it's the name of the game, basically. Let me see if I can just use a little bit less this time and not be so bananas, because this is the Lunar Beauty blush. This time I'm using Rose Reina. And let's not use as much as I did last time because it was so beautiful on, but I just used too much. Oh, that is so pretty. Oh, Manny, you did so good with this formula. Oh, actually, I think I'm gonna use just a little bit more. But for me, I was never interested in the TV shop or the QVC or the infomercial things because it was always like, get it now before it's gone. And that doesn't really get me. I will say in 2015, 16, 17, when the makeup community was very much like, get it now before it was gone, I will say I did get caught up in the hype a couple of times. But I also have been pretty good at not buying stuff that I don't think that I'm gonna enjoy. And there's definitely been some things that I have bought for the plot. You know, things that I have bought because I'm like, this is gonna make a good video or this is gonna make a good whatever. But overall, I feel like I am fairly okay with not purchasing things spontaneously where I'm like, ugh, I should not have bought that. Sometimes I will though when I'm not reading the descriptions, like when I buy a super dewy foundation or a plumping lip gloss without reading the descriptions. But that's just me being lazy. But I would love to hear you. Like, do you enjoy that sitting and shopping as like, as it goes, as it unfolds on like a live? Because it is so big right now that I am guessing a bunch of you are gonna say yes. Because if it didn't, so many people wouldn't do it. And so many brands wouldn't do it. And I mean, we can complain all we want all day and say like, oh, it's so annoying with all of these TikTok lives. It is so annoying with all of these influencers doing lives, doing Amazon, doing all of that. But the audience likes it. Not maybe you personally, but it works. Like a lot of people love that. TikTok lives are so huge and so many people are shopping live. And I've talked to influencers, I have talked to brand owners, I have talked to people working for brands, and they're all saying the same thing. TikTok live is bananas. People love it. So I can't blame people for doing something that clearly works, people are tuning in for, and people are shopping from. I don't have TikTok shop because my account is Swedish and we don't have TikTok shop in Sweden. I actually only thought it was the US that had TikTok shop, but I have heard now that the UK has it as well. But most countries do not have TikTok shop, so we do not see, like we don't even get to see. I'm gonna be trying this one. The lives, like we can't see them, it doesn't pop up for us. If we search for them, we might find them, but we cannot see TikTok shop. We can't see the listings, we can't see the products. None of that is visible for us that do not have TikTok shop. So for me, TikTok is still just puppies. That's what TikTok is showing me, which I'm not mad about. Let's be totally honest with each other here. Ooh, that's very pigmented. But people really do love these kind of lives, and it does move a lot of products for the brands. So I don't blame them for doing it. And even brands like Sigma and Glamlight, and there are so many brands that are doing these lives right now because it is working. People like it. It moves products. People are tuning in. And a lot of brands are selling through TikTok shop. And this is also why sometimes brands will choose to launch on TikTok early. And I've said that I don't like this because I feel like it's excluding people. And I had some people saying like, what's the difference between launching early on TikTok shop and launching early in like Europe or Asia or something like that? Usually when brands launch earlier in like Europe or Asia, or if they launch early in the US, it's usually more of a they're under contract, they should be launching somewhere first, or shipment has not reached all the places at the same time, or it's like different logistical problems that is inhibiting them from launching in all countries at the same time. It sucks, but it happens. With TikTok shop, and I don't think a lot of people get this, but with TikTok shop, most brands just connect their TikTok shop to their normal website. If you go into my TikTok shop, I have a TikTok shop as well with Cinch Beauty, my own brand. If you buy something from TikTok shop, it is still going through my normal website and it's getting packaged at the same warehouse as everything else is getting packaged and being sent out in the exact same way. So when people launch early on TikTok Shop, they are doing it knowing that they want to have traffic to their TikTok instead of their website. The product is still in their web shop because that is connected to their TikTok, and the product is most probably going from the same warehouse as the normal orders are doing. They're just choosing to hide it on the website and only show it on TikTok because they want to drive traffic to TikTok, because TikTok and TikTok Lives and TikTok Shop is so big right now. And I think that is something, I'm going to be using this new ColourPop thing. I think that is something that we need to remember as consumers when we are saying, oh, I'm so sick and tired of TikTok being like the most popular social media and all of that. TikTok is not competing with YouTube. TikTok is not competing with Instagram. They're competing with Amazon. Keep that in mind. That is their competitor. And that is why you are now seeing YouTube shopping. That is why you are seeing more things being pushed out through Amazon Lives in the exact same way as TikTok Lives are. Because Amazon is fully aware that a lot of people are choosing to shop the things that they have shopped from Amazon before through TikTok Shop. That's their competitor. It is not long form versus short form. It is about the shopping, because shopping live or shopping through social media right now is so huge. That is the next thing, and we are in the next thing right now. Let me see if I can get this lippy on. This one is in Delulu, and I've been into these like bright, warm, corally pinks. I don't even know what's happening. I feel like we also need to talk about the beauty YouTuber going into live shopping pipeline that's been going on, because there are definitely some creators that are now doing live streams, some more as like a side thing that's probably bringing in them in a lot of money, and some as their main thing. And this is not me shaming anyone, and this is not me saying that this is bad or this is wrong or like what are you doing, but there definitely are people that maybe they aren't as passionate about makeup anymore. Maybe they just wanted to move on to something else. Maybe they felt like they weren't getting enough views or money or sponsorships to sustain themselves within beauty, so they moved more into like live streams. Because I know that Tati have been doing live streams on TikTok as of late, and also I don't know if you remember, but I remember OG beauty guru Lisha, which used to be ex-Sparkage, and she is now doing live streams on Amazon, and I am sure that that is very lucrative and that she's making a lot of money, but it's not really my kind of content, so I don't watch it myself. I still buy some things from Amazon, but if I buy something from Amazon, it's usually because either I can't find it anywhere else or because I'm looking for something very specific. I never browse on Amazon looking to find something. I think Amazon is a horrible website to browse, and that's probably why people like getting recommendations, I guess, because it is so like it's not a nice website to browse, and also there are so many like scammy listings there of like stuff that just doesn't really look like that when you get it. Like I hate shop, like I would never shop for clothes on Amazon because you don't know if you're gonna get that thing or if you're gonna get something that's like similar to it. I am gonna be using the Paleo palette. I do have looks up with the other two palettes from Cleona that got released. Let me show you some swatches of how this one looks. So this one is available now, and I'm actually dying to do a neutral crease. I know you're all super shocked, but that is what I'm actually like dying to do. So I am gonna go into Fossil, which is like a dark shade, and I think I'm gonna do like a blue shimmer and a neutral crease, because I don't know, I was just feeling that. And I just want to see how these are. And if you're interested in the other two palettes, just know that in two other videos there are looks with those palettes. And yeah, I think that some people are seeing like almost that it's like shameful to go into doing live streams again. I've seen comments from people being like, why would Tati go in and do live streams when she has a successful beauty channel? But I don't think that some people understand how popular these live streams like can be and how much money you can make if you convince people to buy the stuff that you are talking about. And I'm guessing because they keep doing it, they are very good at that. I was a salesperson for about 2.5 seconds in my youth, and I absolutely hated it. So I quit. So I don't think that is in my future. I'm still having a little bit of eczema around my eye. Hopefully that will heal soon, but here we are. This is the shade Magma, but some people are really good at it. And also, like I told you before, some people truly enjoy shopping live. It's the pendulum has swung again, and people are enjoying the infomercials. They're enjoying seeing things being shown or demoed and being able to just purchase it there and then. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that, but I just wanted to make this video just so that you know that that's how people watch, like behind the scenes, watch TikTok right now, as an Amazon with the social media. And that's why Amazon is trying to get more into social media with their watch like favorite pages and their live streams, because they are aware that other places can do what they do, but with the personalities of like online creators. And if you go to Amazon, you can see like Alex Earl and what's her name, Monet. Oh, so beautiful. You can see that they have like pages as well, and I think some of them do lives also. So this is definitely a lucrative venue for some people, a way to make extra money, or even maybe your main income for a lot of people, to be showcasing things that people can buy straight away. So I don't know if this is like how social media has evolved, where, because I've said this before, when it comes to beauty content right now, people are not super interested in seeing you apply the makeup. There are creators, of course, that are able to like, I don't want to say make that happen, but like they have the personality that people are just dying to see them honestly do anything. Watch paint dry together. Whilst when I started on YouTube, people were dying to see things in action. They wanted dedicated reviews. They wanted to like be the nitty gritty details. The more detailed, the better, honestly. And I feel like nowadays we have moved away from that. Dedicated reviews are not what people are super interested in. They want to get the cliff notes. They want to get the elevator pitch. Just get there faster. Tell us if you like it or not. Preferably like plenty of products in one video. I think I am gonna do this one. It's like a turquoise blue duochrome, and then I'll do glacial, which is the light blue next to it. But right now in the beauty community, what people are really interested in is either someone's personality, and who is in and who is out is different, honestly, from day to day, but also people are interested in the discussions, the commentary, going into more like a meta level, like going into the brands, the brand owners. And then of course there are some beauty creators that are more into commentary right now than they are into like actually reviewing or showcasing products. There are some beauty creators that I used to follow that only do commentary right now and that never feature any products on their channel, and some of them that have just straight moved into drama as well, talking about influencers and creators, and that genre will never die. But I'm not surprised to see people move more into the shopping kind of content if that is where the viewers are, if that is where the opportunities are. I have met creators that have been offered to be flown out to different brands' headquarters and do lives together with them and get paid for that. Like that is the new type of sponsorship, where basically you do a live for the brand, at the brand, but you also get the personality of the creator. It's the new type of sponsorship. So of course, now that creators know that those possibilities also exist, plus if you are really good at TikTok Shop, TikTok themselves will fly you out. They will take care of you, and you will be able to do your TikTok Shop lives through their own channels and in their like studios, and have all the tech support that you need. And since like creators are aware that this is like the new type of sponsorships, of course they're gonna try to do that kind of a content to catch the eye of the brands so that they can get those too. I will say one thing that I didn't know about TikTok Shop or like TikTok as a whole, that I thought was so interesting, is that you cannot, what creators call, double dip. You cannot get paid per views on TikTok and also have a TikTok Shop link on one like clip. And I thought that that was so interesting, because on YouTube, of course, you can get monetized and have like your AdSense on a video regardless. Oh my god, the fallout, regardless of you, if you are putting a YouTube shopping link on it or not. So even if nobody wants to shop your stuff, or if you are doing content that is not shoppable, like commentary or whatever you're doing, like imagine me doing this video without like applying any makeup, which a lot of people do, like more video essays, then you would still be like able to get paid for the work that you're doing. But on TikTok, you're only able to choose one of the two. Do you want to get paid for the amount of views, or do you want to get paid for the amount of products you sell? So you kind of have to decide, is this going to be a video where I really hone in on selling the product, or am I going to hone in on getting as many views as possible? So that's also something to keep in mind with YouTube when you see sometimes some of that content that just seems very pushy with how they're wording things, like buy it now, click my link. And it's because that link is the only way they're getting paid, not with the views. And I don't know about you, but this is not the type of content that I consume or the type of content that I would like to see online. But again, that comes down to how I shop. And I don't shop spontaneously. I don't buy stuff on the go. I rarely decide right away that I want something. If I am looking to buy something, I will look on social media for people reviewing that stuff. And if they like it, and if they convince me to buy something, or if I'm like, I'm looking for this specific bag, I go to an influencer, I see that they are talking about it and they have a discount code, I will use their code because they are the ones that help me in my decision. And the same opposite, I've actually signed up for some subscriptions and stuff, and sometimes then I will use codes for people who talked me out of things that I was thinking about, and I'll use their codes for like sponsorships and stuff. And that's how I support my favorite creators, and just using their codes and using their links. But I don't think that I would ever log on to like an Amazon Live and just spontaneously realize that, you know what, I do want a juicer or a curling iron or new clogs. That's not me. I used a little bit of this turquoise liner from Colourpop in my waterline to go with the lid color, and I think it looks really incredible. Honestly, I'm like very impressed with this entire makeup look. I know I didn't really talk about the makeup throughout this video, but the makeup is makeuping. It's looking really nice. Per usual, my chatty get ready with me's are not video essays or like maybe even like commentary per se. It's more me sharing my thoughts about things that I've either learned or things that I have seen or things that I have been thinking about. And this is just me letting you know we are moving into, I don't know, the final stages of capitalism influencing shopping, and I just want you to be where. If you are the type of person that is easily persuaded, or if you're the type of person that likes shopping on the go or that likes impulse shopping, just beware that this is where social media is moving right now, with a lot of different platforms. Not this channel necessarily, but a lot of different channels and a lot of brands as well, so that I don't want you to get caught up in the hype of it without at least realizing what this is. This is the Amazonification of social media. Everything is shoppable, everything is for sale, and you can buy it right now. But hurry up before this deal disappears. Let me know your thoughts down below. Again, I have nothing against shopping. I do enjoy a little shopping myself. I just want us all to make sure that we are not making impulse decisions, buying stuff we don't really need for the sake of shopping. If you're interested in any of the things that I have on my face right now, I will link them in the description box and also in the YouTube shopping that's been popping up here on the screen in case you are interested in anything. But make sure that you actually want the things that you are buying. I hope you're having an amazing day. As you're watching this, I actually just got back from Italy. I am pre-filming this a little bit, but the next video that I'm going to put up my channel is going to be me back from Italy. Hopefully I had a great time. I'm sure that I did. And I also will probably have some information about an upcoming trip as well in my community tab, so don't forget to check that one out as well. That is usually where that happens. But I hope you're having a great day, and I will see you again really soon for a new video. Bye!